It's not very often that I am by myself in the house. So the fact that I am, I thought I would stick the camera on and have a little chat whilst I cook. So I've got things everywhere, so I'm sure I'm gonna have to stop and start as I didn't really prepare for this video. Not that I ever really do. But yeah, being in the kitchen, I'm gonna be chopping and changing and moving around. So let's see how this goes. Alrighty, most importantly, what are we cooking today? We need to go shopping desperately, but that is a job for my day off, which is it's Wednesday today, so my next day off is Friday. So I think I'm going to nip to Aldi then. So basically I just, we had some leftover sausages and Isla's nursery is right near a shop, so I quickly grabbed some cream, not that I think I usually use it for this dish, but just to be safe, and chopped tomatoes. So this is a dish I make whenever we don't have much in the cupboards. So I've been told we have rice, and we've got leftover sausages, and what I do is kind of like, it's not curried sausages, but it's like a dish, a sausage and rice dish. And basically I just kind of use whatever beans we've got, which looking here, we've got kidney beans, which I'll use. So yeah, I'll chuck kidney beans in with the sausages. We'll have some stock going in there, all different flavors, and just like cook the rice separately. Put some onion in there, some spinach that we've got, it's frozen spinach. Just see what I can come up with really, and just hope that it tastes nice at the end of it. My partner he requested this dish, but every time I make it, I'm just winging it. I don't actually like have a structure for how this goes. But yeah, let's see how we do. So I have the sausages being done in the, not slow cooker, the, how have I forgotten the name of it? Air fryer. Jeez, can you tell it's been a long day at work? So yeah, sausages are in the air fryer. They have been put in for 10 minutes at 205 degrees. I've got my red onion. I had like 2 small red onions, so I'm just going to pop both of them in there. I'm going to put some garlic in here as well. I'm going to find the garlic crusher. Does anyone else have like really good intentions of keeping their cupboards like pristine and tidy, and then you just lose stuff all the time? Like, I don't know where. I literally don't know where the garlic crusher would be. I've just emptied out the dishwasher, so I don't know. It was in the drawer the whole time. It was probably where it should be, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, we've got oil in the pan. We've got the red onion. I'm adding in the garlic so that can get all flavoursome. Crush it. I love the smell of garlic, like cooking. An onion, the smell of onion cooking reminds me of Bunnings in Australia. There's like a warehouse, kind of like outdoorsy kind of style shop, I guess, franchise. But yeah, it has all your needs for like outdoor living, even like indoor, just doing like all your kind of DIY stuff. And there's always, usually on a weekend, there is always a charity kind of running a sausage sizzle, and the smell of just onion cooking, lovely. I've run out of like my big bit of oil, so we've got sunflower oil spray that I'm just trying to spray on there. Right, I mean, I would show you what this looks like, but I'm sure we all know what red onion and garlic looks like cooking. Not very riveting stuff. So the main reason I thought I would pick up the camera is one, Will's walking Barney and Isla's with him, which is nice. She's had a good day at nursery. But last night we said goodbye to my mum and dad. So they're heading back to Australia. tomorrow, but we said goodbye last night because they're going to stay. They've headed up to the airport today, and they're staying at a hotel right next to the terminal, so they don't have to like stress about getting up really early in the morning as their flight's at 9 a.m. That's the sausages done. Perfect. And it was hard. Like, I've definitely found it a lot harder now having Isla. Like, goodbyes are so much harder now. I mean, every time I even hung out with my parents, because we spent mainly like Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays with them, and then we saw them, they'd come over during the week sort of thing after I finished work and picked Isla up. But yeah, those times that we spend a good chunk together, like over the weekends, I would just cry because I just was having such a good time, and it was so nice to see them love Isla. Obviously we video call, thank goodness for like FaceTime. Obviously times are changed now, so even if you don't live in close proximity to your family and friends, you can still stay connected, which I'm incredibly grateful for. And I grew up living in Australia and having family here in England, and obviously had an incredible connection with them, even though I didn't, you know, obviously live close to them. So I know it's doable. I know that love isn't measured, like love has no measure, and love can't be measured by the distance of and how close you live to someone. And I know I'm just so incredibly grateful to call two places my home, but it's hard. It's, I'm a family orientated person, and I guess I moved to England almost, like next April will be my 8th year living here, and it gets easier in terms of like, you get used to not seeing your family. I'm sorry, I just saw something and I ended up freaking out. But like, I don't know, I think people almost forget that you're from a different place, and that like you have your days where you're up, like you have your good days and your bad days like anything. When I first moved here, I got really homesick. Like, it would feel crippling some days. I don't obviously get that now, and I can't afford to get that now having a baby, but I've not been like that for a long time. Chucking in the frozen spinach. I need more oil, man. This isn't cutting it. Hopefully you can hear me over this. One second. I would move you guys while that's cooking, as it's quite a loud noise there. But yeah, I think people kind of forget, not that I would ever expect to be on any, like the forefront on anyone's mind necessarily, but yeah, it still obviously hits home, especially when I have my family here, because they're usually here for like 3-4 weeks plus. And it's kind of the right amount of time for you to get used to their presence, which, yeah, is difficult. But obviously when I see them, it's really like personal time with them. It's one-on-one time. We're making memories. We're not just kind of nipping to see them for a cuppa or whatever here and there, or just going out for tea all the time and stuff like that. Although it was lovely, there was one evening my parents did come after I finished work. They just came for a cuppa, and like I've said to Will, that's what sounds so silly, but you miss the little things. Like I never lived out of home in Australia. I mean, I was going to when I met Will. Before I met Will, sorry, I moved all my stuff to live with a friend in Newcastle, and I was like really excited for it. And then I came on my holiday and met Will. And the aim was, after my holiday to England, I was then gonna like move up with my friend full time, and yeah, like start my life in Newcastle, which was like a 2-hour drive from where I'm originally from in Sydney. So yeah, like that, I've never lived out of home necessarily full time before moving to England, so that was obviously a huge adjustment. And now I'm an adult and I still crave my parents' approval. Like I still want them to be proud of me, and I'm sure that's like everyone. Like you just want to know that you've made your parents proud, and they just constantly remind me that I have made them proud. I've not let them down by moving here. But we had a big heart to heart, my partner and I, last night, and I kind of just said like, I do know that it's going to be a big the older I get, like the more I just know that I am gonna wish that I had more time with my family, like 100%. Like that's going to be not a regret of mine. I'm not going to say regret because I think that makes it seem like I'm not happy with the choices that I've made and led me here today. But that is something that's always going to play on my mind and be worried that I'm going to just really, really question when I'm older what I've done. But we have so many family here. Like Isla has lots of cousins here, lots of people that love her here. We've got such a big friendship group here. And in Australia, obviously, we have all of that as well. But we don't necessarily have like the strong friendship group in the sense of, one second. So what I was saying is here we've got a massive friendship group, or we've got a couple of different friendship groups. Some like just couple friends and stuff like that have kids that don't necessarily have kids, and so that we have a really strong unit in that sense of like people that are our age. And then in Oz, I've got like, and I've become close with them because I've been here for 8 years. Like they're like my friends and they're my family, you know. And in Oz, we've got that. Like we've got a lot of friends in Oz. A lot of them are family friends that I've grown up with since I can remember. A lot of them are people that are like my dad's age as well. Will gets along tremendously with them. And then I've got friends, like two really close girlfriends from guide dogs when I used to work there, that they've got kids, and it was lovely catching up with them and their children when I was over in Oz. So I know we'd have them. I've got my like 2 childhood best friends. One has a child who's absolutely gorgeous, and we got really, really close again when I went over to Oz, and it's really lovely, like having that, like just we growing up, we would play games of like having kids, and we thought that being 23 by 23 we'd have like be married and have kids and stuff like that. So it was nice like seeing that. And then my best friend and her husband, we're just so like Will gets along with them so well, and so it'd be lovely to obviously like we know we'd have them, but it is a different dynamic in terms of like having a big group of people that are all friends, like big, like we've got like 3 different groups, you know, here. The rice is about to boil over. Oh God, what am I doing? Ah! Okay. I'm gonna have to concentrate for a bit. I washed the kidney beans, they're going in. I'm going to put some this is chaotic. I'm putting some peas in. I don't know how many. God. 2 cups. So yeah, I've got some water. I'm putting, oh my God, this is a mess. Alright, so I've got the sausages. I've put them in for another 2 minutes. I'm going to put the chopped tomatoes in. We're going to boil the jug as well. Yeah, I'm going to boil the jug, and then I'm going to get the stock in. Oh my God, why did I think I could have a deep and meaningful whilst cooking, honestly? You might not be able to hear me now because the kettle's going to be on. But yeah, obviously we've got a really strong family network in Australia as well. So it's just hard, like you can't really compare the 2 places, but I think that's something that makes us reluctant to move to Oz. And like I can't guarantee that all the people that are in Oz are going to stay there, you know, in Sydney where we'd want to live as well. Like my family are talking about moving to where my nan lives, so which is like up the coast. And I don't really know if that's our vibe. I'd happily move to Newcastle. But yeah, so I just don't know. It's, I don't know. I did get a bit upset about it last night because I was like, are we ever going to move? Are we ever going to make that plunge? But at the moment, you know, with Isla being young, being here in England is the right thing for us, especially because, you know, we have funding as well for Isla's nursery. I know that money's not the be all and end all, but we wouldn't have that in Australia. We'd have to pay a fortune on childcare. In terms of like the nursery fees, we wouldn't get any assistance, as well as, you know, Isla can be looked after by her grandparents here once a week, which is lovely, and that wouldn't be able to happen because both my parents in Oz work at the moment. So yeah, it's like nice to know that Isla can make kind of memories with her grandparents here. But yeah, I think there's no right or wrong thing. You know, I might have to go to Australia sometimes on my own to fill my cup up, but it's just, all I know is it's really important for me to feel as though Isla knows where she's from, and which is, you know, she's Australian and British, and we're actually going to apply for Ida to get her Australian passport, and we're going to celebrate that because that's incredible. Like, obviously she's Australian now, but that'll mean that she's officially an Australian and can live in Australia if she ever so chooses. Which I won't want her to leave me. It'll be because my mum left England when she was like in her early 20s, then I left Australia when I was in my early 20s, and if Isla does it, it'll just be like this tradition. But yeah, it's something that I've not really obviously spoken about on my channel a lot, about like moving to England and that kind of thing. And I guess I could do a video that explains that story if people are interested. And it's hard, like moving to any country that's not your home country is difficult, and things will pop up that make you miss it even more than the standard, like the average day. But ultimately I know I'm incredibly lucky to have two places to call my home. Right, so I've just put the stock in now. How about I actually show you guys what it's looking like? It's not looking lovely, I must say. Use the mess. Does anyone else's countertops look like this? I've been like trying to rush around and still vlog. But this is it. So basically, yeah, there's red kidney beans, there is red onion, there are chopped tomatoes in there, there's some stock in there. We've got the rice on, we've got the peas on, and the sausages are still in there. I'll get them out in a second. So yeah, I still need to add actually all my spices and stuff, which I will do now. So in terms of herbs, I'll add basil, mixed herb. That's another basil. Just trying to think if I should make this spicy or let Isla be able to have some. I mean, she's at nursery at the moment, so, well, not now, over the next few days, so she doesn't need it, so to speak. Yeah, I think I'll just leave this for Will and I. So I'm going to add some chili flakes. We love spice in this household. My partner loves it more than me, but I love spice. Garam masala. Should we add some garam masala? Let's make it more. I should have done this like way earlier. I don't know why. Usually I'll add the spices in when the onion is and the garlic's cooking, so it is a delayed reaction, but hopefully it will still be okay. And of course we need some sea salts. At the moment, yeah, we've got sea salt. Because we did pork last weekend and made the crackling obviously crackle. Adding some more stock, and then I might add some cream. I don't usually, but what other spices can we add in? Chili powder, no. Mixed spice, ginger, add some ginger. This is, I guess, where the curry element is, but I added mixed herb and basil, so it doesn't, I guess you can have basil in curries. Yeah. Alrighty, this is what it ends up looking like. I just added the peas in. Beautiful. I just added some more water to my rice because I wasn't happy with it. Add a bit more in, and then yeah, that'll be done. Lovely. So I don't really get points for presentation here, but it's gonna taste bloody amazing. And that's Will's. And then I just put a tiny bit of rice on a plate for Ida. She's already got some bits and has had a lot of food at nursery. I've just had a lovely shower, as you can see. The house is an absolute tip, and I mean, this is a day that Ida was at nursery as well, so that just goes to show that it's not even all your fault, really. Hey? The house just gets messy so quickly, doesn't it? Like you just feel like you're constantly picking up after yourself. And I mean, yeah, we can't just blame you, can we? But a lot of it is you, baby. Yeah, I just had a nice shower, washed my hair, cleaned my face. The products that I'm using at the moment, so I've got a cleanser by Neutrogena, my daily cleanser, and I've got a moisturiser by them. It's their grapefruit range. And then I'm using the Lacura face scrub as well, so just from Aldi. And that's what seems to be keeping my skin okay. I mean, I've got a few breakouts. I did have chocolate. I had a Yorkie bar last night, how dare I? And that tends to make my skin flare up. And I've got pimples here at the moment, and I think it's because I've decided to go off the pill that I'm on. So just giving my body a break because it didn't react well to the pill that I was on when I was breastfeeding. So yeah, still deciding if I want to change to the one I was on originally, as that suited my body really well, or if we're just gonna use other precautions, so to speak. Oh, lovely conversation, hey. But yeah, let's clean up and hopefully we can then just chill for the rest of the night. Oh, get all this stuff everywhere. Daddy. Alrighty, I just thought I would wrap this week's vlog off here. Obviously, it was a bit of a different one. I don't know if trying to do a deep and meaningful whilst cooking was the best idea. Maybe that should be saved for having a coffee or a tea in hand and just having a good sit down and a chat with you all without the distraction of cooking dinner. But yeah, it's just something that I wanted to talk about yesterday, so it felt natural to just pick up the camera and try and have a little bit of a conversation whilst cooking. Don't know if I'll do it again anytime soon. And then obviously this morning you've seen that what I kind of get up to before starting work. So it is almost 8 o'clock now. So Isla woke up at 7:45, so I quickly just got her dressed, went to nursery, which is not far at all from where we live, and then I've come back and it's almost time to log on now. So I am going to go for the day, but I guess you've seen what I get up to usually before starting my day. I'm not usually that productive. This morning, Isla, like I said, woke up late, so I had time to kind of get ready, sort of, and do a bit of washing and cleaning before starting work. But yeah, it's nice when I get to start the day off feeling productive before starting my work day. And today I've got a few meetings, which is great to get things over the line for, my week's going to be finished as of 4 o'clock this afternoon. So then I have Friday, Saturday and Sunday off, which will be nice. We don't have too much planned, which is good. We've been very, very busy the last month probably. So we've got like 1 or 2 things planned, but just kind of going with the flow this weekend and taking it all as it comes. But all right, I hope you all have a lovely week and I'll see you next time.